Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's been a whole week, I feel. Something like that. And I've got a lot of stuff to show you. I'm incredibly happy right now. I'm in such a good mood. And you'd think I wouldn't be, because I took a whole week of time off work to go hunting, and I spent a ton of time in the woods scouting, spent a bunch of time researching, and came up with nothing. Saw a few does, but no bucks. And, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. But on my last day of hunting yesterday, I gotta say, the weather was so gorgeous out when I rode out. I got up and out and at 4:30 in the morning, and I said to myself, you know, I'm gonna stay out there all day, and if I don't see a buck, I don't see a buck, but at least I tried. But riding out there, perfectly clear, night sky with all the, stars shining in the mountains and everything. Awesome. And so, you know what, I had a great week anyway. Got to spend a lot of time with my dog. Got to catch up on a couple projects around the house, including cleaning up my apartment, even though it probably doesn't look like it. But anyway, something that came in the mail for me, I'll mention this after. I'll mention this at the end. Why I'm so excited, in such a good mood. There's two reasons. But let's talk knives for a second, because I did get one knife over the week, and I did film an unboxing video for this when it came, but it was honestly just kind of a mess, and I wasn't exactly happy with the video, so I decided I'd hang out for a minute and refilm it. So here we are, and I would like to show to you today the Giant Mouse GM1 flipper knife. This is a titanium frame lock, as you can see. As you know, if you've watched my channel, for this very reason right here, I do not like titanium frame lock knives. But I actually won this one in a raffle. And how that happened was, when I sold the Sebenza, I traded it for the Praetorian, and then I raffled off the Praetorian. And somebody asked me if they could trade me 2 spots in their upcoming raffle for this Giant Mouse for 2 spots in my Praetorian raffle, and I said sure, why not, because I had already gotten over $400 in raffle participants, so I'd gotten the money that I wanted, and I said sure, I'll trade. He did not end up winning that raffle, someone else did, and then he gave me my 2 slots in his, and I ended up winning. So what that did turned my Sebenza into like $440 cash or $450 cash or something, and then another knife which is worth, this thing new is like $325, and I'd say it's worth it. It's got a beautifully designed flipper. It's pretty exaggerated more than most, and I really love the jimping on it. I really do love everything about this flipper. He said the blade was completely unused, only flipped about 100 times, and I don't blame him for that. I'd say that it's a very nice thickness. I don't know what the exact blade stock, I doubt it says on here how thick it is. I probably should have looked that up. And, it's actually a pretty lightweight knife compared to most. I guess, titanium itself is pretty light, but it comes in at just 5.47 ounces, so it's pretty lightweight. I do really like their logo. I like the whole look and package that the knife came in. Came in this nice little bag, which I could see being useful for other things. Especially if you're like into the brand, get into the brand if they grow bigger. This is an American company based out of California, and I think on their website it says that the designers are Danish, so that's pretty cool. They know how to design some things over in Scandinavia, but what cannot be designed is a titanium frame lock that I like, apparently. Besides the Chris Reeve Sebenza. I love that thing. It was so easy to disengage, and I'm talking about the large 21, not the small. Because that one, the small, is impossible to get disengaged, because you're holding it like this and you're pushing the frame lock in. Frame lock knives have to be big, and you need to be able to put your fingers down here where the frame isn't to get some leverage to push. So that to me is why the Chris Reeve small Sebenza is a flawed design. But anyway, if you'll notice, the pocket clip is kind of high. But it is a nice, you know, milled titanium one. It's got a cool lanyard hole here that only goes through halfway through this backspacer here and then comes straight out. So that's kind of a unique design. No liners in here at all. Yep, just solid titanium frame lock. And you'll notice also, maybe, I don't know if the lighting can pick this up. It says 256 in there. I believe this was a first production run of however many, and it's currently sold out on their website. So is their other knife. So I guess, you know, they're doing pretty good for themselves. I think it is a very well-designed blade. I have not used it, but just it seems like ergonomically useful. It's got a nice tip. It's a pretty strong tip. I like the rounded edges. They're not completely rounded like a Sebenza. There's a tiny bit of a corner, but the top of it is rounded, so that's pretty cool. I will have to say that I think this jimping is absolutely useless. It's not only is it very, very fine, but it's so far out here on the knife that I don't ever really see using that. And if you want to compare it to, like, see, this is where your thumb naturally goes on a knife, and this has this awesome jimping that all connects up through here. And yeah, I mean, this is just, I really think they probably should have just left that off, but whatever. Not the biggest deal. It's cool how the flipper tab jimping comes around for a little bit of extra grip here. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think this huge choil is really nice. I like, you know, being stopped from moving up here. And they've got this, maybe this is what this is for. Yeah, this jimping must be for when your knife is in this position, but honestly, my finger is coming so dangerously close to that cutting edge that I'm not into it at all anyway. So yeah, that's the GM1. I don't know why there's this huge hole here. You can't Spidey flick this because of the detent. You can't. It doesn't really feel good to open it like that. The flip. I mean, this is a flipper knife, so I don't really know why the hole's there, but it does look cool. So I guess there's that. It's a bit of a unique design. And yeah, other than that, I don't have too much to say. I believe they all came out in M690 steel. And yeah, cool little knife. I'm like I said, I think there were $325 brand new. I'm probably gonna list this on Blade Forums for like $275 cash, $300 trade, and see what happens. Hopefully I can just flip it fast, and not flip it, just sell it, because I'm not, you know, I didn't buy it. I want it, but I don't want it. And speaking of winning knives, well, actually, wait. I'm gonna talk about a couple more knives that I'm gonna sell, and why I'm selling them. I figured this would be fun. Now that I'm done going over this GM1, which I hope you all enjoyed seeing because it's kind of a cool knife, and I'm excited to see more from this company in the future. It's just their first knife, it seems. And one other thing that I remember from reading their website was that every knife purchase put $10 towards a Save the Children Foundation charity thing. So it's pretty cool. You don't always see that, especially first knife from a new company. So props to them. Wishing them success. The Giant Mouse Knife Company. Check out hashtag Giant Mouse Knives if you're interested in more, or just, you know, Google that name. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about 3 fixed blades that I'm selling real quick. I think I've already mentioned on the channel that I'm selling the Wallace. I've decided to sell this knife because my Fox River is quite like it, and that is in CPM 3V, and this is in 154 CM. It's not even CPM 154. I'd keep it. You know, I think that's the distinction. That's why I'm selling it. I think I'm becoming a steel snob. Sorry, that's just how it is, and it's the same deal for this Benchmade. There's actually absolutely nothing wrong with this knife. I love the design. I think it's great. I love the slimness of it and the beefy, like the slimness of the handles and the beefiness of the blade stock. And it does get a really, it came with the sharpest edge that I've ever seen from Benchmade. But just that right there, Benchmade S30V. I don't want to even bother using, like, I have now that I have my all my Bark Rivers with 20 CV, CPM 3V, A2 tool steel. And also, here's one that I'm also considering, and it's not because of the steel as much, although it kind of is because this is such a bigger knife. SEs are made out of 1095 steel, which is a great steel, and I love it for my traditional slip joints. But something this big, something that I'm really going to be working on. I'm not probably. I'd probably rather one of the super steels that Bark River has, and also, I'm just not the biggest fan of this coated blade. Now, what I will say about the SE knife is that I do like this type of micarta handle a lot better. So, but I think you can achieve that by taking some sandpaper to the Bark River handles. So all 4 of these knives are going to be going up, and right before I leave, I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm so excited for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that there was a huge raffle put on by River's Edge Cutlery out in Ohio for a Halloween raffle, and they just posted the winner today, and it was me. Can you believe it? I'm pretty shocked. I can't believe the luck that I've had with knife raffles, and it's awesome. Over 1,200 people entered that thing, and I was chosen to win a Spyderco Rubicon, and you know that I've been digging the Spideys lately, so very happy about that. And also, just to say before I leave, Hillary's going to prison. All this stuff coming out, man, it is so great. If you haven't checked it out, you should go, just Google it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. So yeah.